Bonjour, good morning. My name is Emanuele Spalvieri. I'm a consultant with 25 years of experience in the field, and I'm the founder of Hackathons Plus.
And hello, my name is Nesvijevskaia, and I'm a professor here in information science.
And we are here to tell you a story. It's a story on how we met, what we did after we met, and why we are back here. And the story starts with a question we both had, which is how do we usually think about artificial intelligence? And it's about the fact that its adoption is urgent. Why it's urgent? Because I see it every day and is increasing. There is a high pressure to innovate and an information workload that needs to be managed.
But AI also have a social impact. Indeed, we can feel a lot of tensions in jobs for young people and also for senior decision makers. Indeed, how does it work? For young people, we train them more and more on AI, so they have AI skills. But still, the easiest tasks are today delegated to AI agents. So it's very difficult for them to obtain their first job. And without a first practical experience, it's even worse for them, for the next one. On the other part, for senior decision makers, if they don't have AI skills, they are at risk of being fired. So they reskill. And when they have AI skills, they start to work alone with AI. And in small businesses, alone sometimes really means alone. But we have other models.
Exactly. And so in this case, we both imagined AI-assisted workflows, but with different models. So the talk is about superglue. There was not much glue at this stage. So Hackathon Plus, it's a classic consulting model, but with a twist and with the plus. So the twist is the hackathon, so the fact that senior experts intervene in a trio, and in 48 hours, they solve complex challenges. With the plus of the implementation with improved efficacy from the artificial intelligence. However, coming here, we realized that, or I realized that this doesn't have any knowledge transfer toward the younger generation. And there are few challenging questions still to be answered.
On the other side, here in this school, especially in the Laboratory Intelligence Swiss initiative, EZ4C, we are developing new programs for students with projects, with true decision makers working with young students. And these students work also with teachers and with AI tools. So they develop analytical, practical, and AI skills altogether. However, we lack true mandates with true decision makers. We need to develop this link more and more. And also, a lot of our students do not want to train with AI because they realize that it's more important for them to train with real people. So we really need this contact. So we met.
Exactly. And when we met, it was glue at first sight. So we decided basically to stop deepening this generation divide whilst making the most of the capabilities from the artificial intelligence. And here a bit how and what we did.
Yes, we actually imagined a model to work together, a triangular model with young professionals, senior experts, and also agentic AI working as a social technology. The AI brings, of course, performance and acceleration, but it also helps to trigger collaboration and facilitate the knowledge transfer. Young professionals are employed to challenge the experts' knowledge, to train practical skills, and also develop AI skills. And they obtain from this model deep field experience, employability, and also critical sense, versus AI, because they also work with professionals. Senior experts direct the projects, frame the problem, and judge the results based on their own experience and also on a true knowledge of operational constraints and not theoretical or AI-driven knowledge. So they obtain sustainable performance, lifelong learning, human connection, and also mental relief. But how does it work concretely?
Yes, so I think with this conceptual inspiration, the first thing we did, and I did, was to create this app. Today it's available on our website. I do invite you to check it out. It's nothing extraordinary, just classic consulting with artificial intelligence. Now, I don't want to diminish it because it's cutting edge of what you can do today with artificial intelligence, providing a consulting grade recommendation based on the diagnosis made after a prompt. And if you care entering a prompt, whichever challenge you have, it gives you an immediate diagnostic that helps you to understand and confirm what your problem is and what are the axes of intervention, after which you can generate a prioritized list of those interventions based on the effort and the impact. And lastly, it can give you a roadmap with sequence operational recommendations. So usually this is what, without AI, takes a few weeks of exchanging and understanding and the funneling between experts and the clients. And now, after the clients enter the input, with an algorithm behind proprietary of our team, based on our years of experience, gives these three outputs. So it's, and it's better than LLM, because with LLM, for now, good luck in getting something structured as an output, even closed if you are good at it. Then, so this is the classic, this is state of the art, this is what we have today, but as we said, this was before meeting.
Yes, and how do we add the social innovation to this basis? Here you can see what we see usually in AI models. For example, you have recommendation of operational levels, and for each level you have the description of the level, you have the level, the importance, you have the complexity, and you have recommendations. So you have in these tools a little bit of nudging, inviting you to continue analysis or deploy even results using other AI agents. So what we create is that we replace this nudging through other models. For example, if you have something AI is not sure about, we create an invitation to ask a senior expert to challenge the problem and maybe give another recommendation. So it's an invitation to invite a true expert. This is a little bit classical today in AI. It's human control, okay? Just you create a network between the decision makers and experts. Then for some levels where you need to implement something complicated, we replace the recommendation of, for example, creating a tool through vibe coding. We invite people to find researchers, find senior experts also to implement something truly new and maybe something you cannot define by yourself. And for the last one, if AI recommends you something easy to do, maybe not so urgent and easy, yes, of course, you can delegate it to an agent. It will be very easy for you also. But actually, you don't need it right now. We can create another nudging here. Please, can you create a formulary to send it to the HEG of Geneva, for example, and ask and find students who would like to work with you on this subject. And of course, if you don't have time to work with a student, you can still create it by yourself. But this invitation is important to have in mind. And it breaks the mental model we have today using AI models. So this is not just some sentences. We have under under these recommendations, we have strong orchestration AI agents. We have human-in-the-loop triggering human agents in the system through confidence calculation. We have the matching of human expertise. For this problem, we need this type of expert with this field experience of this or this domain experience. We create API linking several tools in order to match human ecosystem and data ecosystem. We also have API and support to facilitate access to young professionals, so we create links with schools, and we also create a little bits of anti-nudging, because when we add other solutions in the recommendation, actually it's anti-nudging. It's a little bit more pedagogical.
So that's why we need DevOps, because when we looked each other in the eyes, we said we need to stop this type of hallucination that artificial intelligence is giving. Have you all tried, right? With the prompt, and it says, oh yes, you are so good. Thank you so much for such wonderful question. It's a boost of confidence. For youngers, make you believe that you can be already like the super expert. And to the expert, it makes you believe you can get straight down to the execution, forgetting to talk with other people. And that is a big danger. Well, it just, it kind of starts stopping us or preventing us from getting to a much higher level, which is leveraging all the three angles of the triangle. Basically, it makes us in danger of remaining on the sides of the triangle. You know, the students with the expert is the old school, but now with the AI, the risk is that the student just spend time with the artificial intelligence, or the expert just spend time with the artificial intelligence, where the real benefits is not just about performance. It's not about pushing to get more and more efficient. How far can we go? Yeah, we can. And I worked in categories where, sure, you can get dryness, cleanness at the extreme level. But afterwards, okay, the baby is dry, is not crying anymore at night, it's fine. So unless there is another layer on top, and that's the danger of just relying too much on AI. So, and that's really the super glue that got us together. And what we need, DevOps, is to consider working on any of these three axes. So the human AI modeling, it's basically the area of the orchestration of human and artificial intelligence, the orchestration with the human in the loop. The human AI, the human computer interface, the call for the expert, for the young students, for sustainability, and the links between human and data ecosystem with our association, the university, the deep tech, and so on.
And also, maybe as DevOps, you can consider yourself not only like an individual student or senior DevOps. You can also consider you as part of a profession and integrate this collective intelligence through answering some questions. For example, which skills are truly important to develop and transmit to be a DevOps? So maybe it's more interesting to learn them not only with AI, but also with professionals who already have these practical skills. Another question is, what should be your responsibility in the sustainable development of your profession? And maybe you can stop vibe coding for some days and take time to work with the young students on the subject. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
And thank you, especially among the students, for joining our team. We already have one student working with us. We have 2 open mandates, especially on the human AI modeling, so feel free to look at the mandates. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have time maybe for one question, if there's one question.
Yes.
Anyone? Okay, there's one question over there. Can you throw the cube and pass it over?
Good catch.
Hello. Thank you for the presentation. You talk about anti-nudging. Can you develop a bit on this?
Yes. Everyone knows what is nudging. No, maybe yes. Nudging is when you push someone to act in a way they want you to act, okay? So if an agent is saying, would you like to continue? And would you like me to do that for you again? This is nudging. It's just like having a green button and a transparent button. It's exactly the same mechanism, okay? It attracts your attention and it makes you act in a way. Without imposing, you act. But actually you do not realize that you are manipulated in a way, okay? Anti-nudging, it's when you propose to take your time to think before acting. So in a way, it's also nudging because we propose two solutions, but still we do not make people act like this. We open the mind and we make them think. This is more a pedagogical approach and not a behavioral approach.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Anna and Emanuele.